SSF, URSB, among others, and strict adherence to the bank's mandate. Because at the end of the day, if we are not consistent to our mandate, it means we are going to deviate, and thus we shall not be able to deliver on the improving of the lives of Ugandans. So to date, as I speak, we have a renewed trajectory year on year across our entire institutional portfolio. And as we speak, right now, our asset base is at 1.4 trillion shillings.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, this has been an improvement from Uganda shillings 200 billion in 2013. So what way to celebrate success for Ugandans?
That is a major one, a major leap, I'm telling you, from 200 billions to 1.4 trillion. Very, very good. Now, takes me to the second question. Looking at the two COVID lockdowns, 2019 lockdowns, they marked a huge need for finance to catalyze the farms that were limping, as a result of the effects of COVID-19. How effective were you in dispensing of these finances?
Thank you once again for that question. At the onset of the pandemic in 2020, the government implemented a raft of measures, among which was to capitalize Uganda Development Bank. And the capitalization that was extended to the bank was worth, they had promised shillings 1 trillion, but extended at the time shillings 585 billion. And I must confidently say that all this money was distributed to investments out there, and I must say people are doing very good things with this money. All funds were entirely disbursed between August 2020 and December 2021.
Okay.
So to enhance economic recovery, the bank supported the hardest hit sectors such as tourism, and over this period, we partnered with European Union, allocated funds in form of grants and as well loans to the tourism sector. And as of close of last year, we had registered over 65 projects within the tourism sector that have benefited from this project. But we did more. The bank also increased support for the manufacturing and agriculture sectors, which sectors at the bank account for 75% of the bank's portfolio. As of all the loans that we do give out as a bank, manufacturing and agriculture, because they are major drivers of economic development in the country, we give a lot of focus to them. So if you look at our portfolio as we stand, agriculture and manufacturing do take the biggest, yes, they take the hugest chunk of the pie chart. So to further support, we have also embarked on a journey to support Ugandan enterprises, approving in the excess of Uganda shillings 859 billion as at the end of 2022. Yes, but you'll hear more of these stories tomorrow when we are releasing our results for 2022 in Bwendero Dairy Farm. Bwendero Dairy Farm is one of our customers, and come and listen to him as he attests to the stories of development and support from Uganda Development.
When you say he's one of your customers, I honestly wouldn't find that. So many SMEs have complained of the rigorous processes one has to go through to actually access your loan facilities. Now, looking at the efforts, what efforts have you made to change this negative perception and make the process, a little bit less prohibitive?
Very interesting. SMEs are very critical. They play a very critical and important role in job creation and socio-economic development, not only for Uganda, but across all nations.
Yeah,
and as it stands right now, I think it's at about 77%, of businesses in Uganda are SMEs. So our role as Uganda Development Bank to them is to offer them affordable financing, especially given the fact that they had been hard hit with the effects of COVID-19. And before they could recover, again, the Russia-Ukraine war happened. Again, there has been climate shocks, among other things. So generally, there has been a lot of economic shocks that have impacted the SMEs in Uganda. So we urge to support them, but there is a problem. And the problem is many of them are not formalized.
Okay.
And you cannot extend a loan to someone who is not formalized. It becomes a bit of a problem.
Yes.
So we have then intervened with corrective approaches like the Business Accelerator for Successful Entrepreneurship. This is an initiative that is aimed at preparing entrepreneurs for financing through enhanced business practices. Under this program, UDB provides advisory to clients pertaining to management best practices, good governance, record keeping, financial management, etc. So based on the bank's wider knowledge of the business, operating environment and investment experience, in 2022 alone, because this program was launched actually at the tail end of 2021 in December. So in 2022 it's when we started serious implementation. We had a regional tour and benefited 1,130 SMEs. So these particular trainings were held in Kampala, Mbarara, Fort Poto, Lira, Gulu, Arua, Masaka, and Mbale districts. As a result of these sessions, the bank identified funding prospects amounting to Uganda shillings 147 billion. Additionally, 77 enterprises have been earmarked, and these ones are going into incubation. By incubation, I mean we are taking them into a hand-holding process where we shall support them from the word go until we see them thrive as businesses.
Okay.
So still I would encourage the people of Bunyoro to come around the bank and get some information about this project, because I guarantee you, as a Ugandan business, especially an SME, you need it.
That is a good one. That is a good one. I really hope they do. They do. Now let's head to the last question, because time seems not to be our very best ally. Now government has committed to increase your capitalization. Now how do you plan to use these finances? Now that is good news. How do you plan on?
I think you rightly read the budget for 2023, and yes, they have promised to capitalize us. And first of all, allow me to express my sincere gratitude to the government of Uganda for the unwavering support towards the capitalization of Uganda Development Bank, the socio-economic transformation engine of the country. As we stand right now, I think I mentioned earlier that our current asset base is Uganda shillings 1.4 trillion. So we are growing by 19% from 1.21 trillion at the start of 2022. This growth is on account of growth in funding, which is from the government, mainly through capital allocations, and the drawdowns and lines of credit from other funding partners we have as a bank. But as a business, we continue to appreciate Uganda Development's value proposition, especially affordable costs of credit to various businesses within the sectors that I mentioned earlier. So we need significant funding to disperse money to these projects. In 2022, we disbursed Uganda shillings 750 billions, made new approvals of 850 billion, and currently we have a pipeline amounting to 1.2 trillion. By pipeline, I mean money that's in the projects that are in the process, to get the money.
Oh.
Yes, and but just so to draw back to your question, we have had to come up with very exciting and innovative ideas to support Uganda's economy, and among which we currently have a climate finance facility. Climate change is a major topic on the global agenda, and I think it's very important that we tap into it. We get everyone responsible. The projects that we are funding, we must make them responsible, climate responsible. Everyone must be responsible for the effects they are causing to climate change. Then we have Water for Production Initiative. This one aims at increasing sustainable agriculture products to enable the growth and development of a vibrant agro-industrialization sector in Uganda. Then we have the Oilseeds initiative, which we are doing with Nazari. Then we have the Hybrid Electricity Connections Initiative. This we launched last month. So with this, we are working with the Electricity Regulatory Authority, and we want to connect 550 1,000 households in the next 5 years.
Working with ERA.
Working with ERA.
Okay.
So someone out there who wants to be connected onto the power grid, walk into Umeme today and tell them, I want to be a beneficiary of the Hybrid Electricity Connections Initiative in partnership with UDP. They will extend a loan to you, but as well, they will support you, along the way to ensure that you get connected onto the power grid.
Can I make a request?
Yeah, sure.
Like we on air.
Yeah.
I hope you really honor this and come back another time
Yes.
and for a bit longer.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
this is really interesting.
Uh-huh.
Anybody out there who is keen on different issues would really love to listen to you.
Absolutely.
So your last word, your last remarks?
Yeah, my last remarks. So my last remarks would be, we are taking really a pragmatic approach towards improving the quality of life of Ugandans. An approach that requires us to nip into and understand the needs of Ugandans and develop ideal and corresponding services and initiatives. But allow me to thank our government for the increased capitalization. Allow me to thank our customers who have become partners of change, and to allow you, to thank you, the media people, through whom this information is cascaded out there. Without your support, we would be nowhere, no one would know about us. So thank you so much. Mwebale muno okutuuliriza, Mukama abalinde.
And thank you so much for coming. Please come again.
We shall be
We've
here
had
next
such an
time.
amazing time.
Thank you.
All right, I think nanyewenda giri hano mubaire barungi kuruga bitandikirege leka Uncle Tags ajja kikwasaganye mu ssaaha 11. We are out.